Get ready for high school action on the place for local sports, The Score. Brought to you by Central Maine Community College. More than just a community college. Over 40 academic degrees and certificates and one of the lowest tuition rates in New England. Just go to cmcc.edu. Central Maine Motors Auto Group in Waterville, the dealer with no dog fees, where cars and trucks cost you less. Online at cmautogroup.com. By Hammond Lumber Company, serving Maine and New Hampshire from 22 locations. Your building project partner, hammondlumber.com. Midstate Machine. Looking for a career? Check out the Machinist Development Program at midstateusa.com. Whittemore & Sons, your Coyote tractor dealer. Sales and service by a family that cares. Somerset Stone & Stove, offering quality gas, pellet, and wood stoves and hardscape products. 201 Tire, Battery, and Service, your tire and battery experts on the Augusta Vassalboro line. PJ Diggs, the excavation pros. If it's dirt, they do it. Renewal by Anderson, award-winning replacement windows and doors. Schedule your free consultation today. Assistance Plus, providing home care, behavioral health, and developmental services. Together, we can make a difference. Joseph's Market, Front Street, Waterville, famous for fine meats. The Harry J. Smith Company, 13 Sanger Avenue, Waterville, serving the Central Maine community for over 100 years. Computer Improvements, Water Street, Skowhegan, your headquarters for computer maintenance. Casella Waste, for your residential and commercial trash pickup. And by Dixon's Country Market in Benton, celebrating 10 years with 24-hour diesel service and the best takeout food around. Now, let's go live to Mike Violet and A.J. Knight.
Good evening. Welcome to Friday night in Skowhegan, where tonight's Score, The Score, brings you live coverage of high school football between the Skowhegan Riverhawks and the Lawrence Bulldogs. Welcome to our broadcast. I'm Mike Violet. He is A.J. Knight. It is homecoming here tonight in Skowhegan. These Riverhawks, of course, the defending Class A champions. The Lawrence Bulldogs are not the defending champions of anything, but they are coming in with a record of 3-2 on the season. The one thing that these two teams have in common is they were both beaten pretty handily last week. Lawrence was beaten by Levitt 62-32, and Skowhegan was beaten by Messalonsky 34-12.
The funny thing is, despite that being the case, right, comfortable losses, feels like the vibes coming out of those games for each team completely different.
Yeah, when you look at the Lawrence side of things, they lost to Levitt, the best team and the best program in the state of Maine. They gave up 62 points. On the positive side, they scored 32 points against a top-flight team and a top-flight defense. Skowhegan, Brad Sear says they're getting better. They won their first game 2 weeks ago, and they lost 34-12 against Messalonsky. But going into that game, we were wondering and surmising, and I think we did on the air, just how quickly it would take in the second half, if it even took that long, for it to get to running time. It never got to that, and we got updates from Oakland during the game where Skowhegan ran the ball effectively. Brad Sear pointed that out to both of us here today in his email to us, that their running game is certainly getting better, and they are learning, and the experience so far of 4 or 5 games has made a difference. And they're going to get tested tonight against this Lawrence team, which we have seen run the football at will.
Yeah, I think Skowhegan talked about, like you said, I think most people thought that was going to get maybe ugly. I think Skowhegan carried it into a competitive game in the second half against what I think we think is definitely one of the better teams in the state of Maine as well, in the Messalonsky Eagles. And, no surprise, I think Skowhegan wants to be physical. I think they had some of the tools. What we've seen early on, I think specifically on both lines, is the inexperience allowed other teams to really push them around. And Skowhegan's improved, and that's great. They're going to need to grow up again tonight because we know exactly what Lawrence is going to want to do.
Exactly. And that is hand the football off. Michael Hamlin has a bevy of running backs he can hand it off to, led by Colton Carter, who has been outstanding the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, the 2 games we've done with Colton Carter, which is Coney, where Lawrence just absolutely bludgeoned them, and then Levitt, like you said. Carter, 42 rushes, 258 yards, 5 touchdowns, 1 fumble lost.
Yep, that's all in 2 weeks of football, so they have certainly found their stride as far as the running game is concerned. And even though they lost by 30 points last week, Lawrence ran the ball very well and actually threw the ball well against Leavitt as well. They just didn't do it very much. I don't think tonight is going to be any different. I think it's going to be both sides running the ball. But at this point in time, if either team were better at throwing the ball than the other, it certainly is Lawrence and Michael Hamlin.
Yeah, I would agree with that. It's for Skowhegan. I think that there's Lawrence. I think in the games we've covered, Coney missed them, Leavitt didn't. But Coney Lawrence in the 2 games we've covered has been susceptible, it seems like, to passes. But Skowhegan, not their area of strength. On the other side, like you said, I think for Lawrence, it'll be interesting to see how they match up physically in the trenches, because Lawrence on the season, minus the season opener against Bangor, has scored at least 27 points. Skowhegan has scored 18 and then last week 12 and was shut out in the first 3.
Last week in Fairfield, the Bulldogs lost guard and defensive lineman Cam Dostey due to a shoulder injury. And according to the Lawrence coaching staff, he may play one way tonight on offense at guard only. Also starting offensive tackle Zeb Hanna will not play tonight because of an injury, and there could be one other player. It will be a game-time decision as far as that other player is concerned. I did not get the name there, so Lawrence with some problems in their offensive line.
Did you not get the name because they gave you a number and you couldn't read it off the jersey? Is that what happened?
Yes, that will be a thing tonight again as well. A couple of weeks ago, we were in Augusta when Coney played Lawrence, and you probably were annoyed by the fact either that I couldn't figure out who had the ball or who made a tackle, or you were simply annoyed by the uniforms, which we both were. Well, those road uniforms with the silver numbers are back here tonight. We will do the best we can. That's all I can say about that. Meantime, as I mentioned about Skowhegan and Brad Sear very happy with the positive movement they've made literally in their running game, and he has reinforced the need to be physical up front, and they're certainly going to have a chance to be physical here tonight against these Lawrence Bulldogs. We'll take a timeout. We will come back with the coin toss and the opening kickoff between Lawrence and Skowhegan. It's homecoming night in Skowhegan, and we are back with football after this on The Score.
Central Maine Community College in Auburn. Over 40 academic degrees and programs recognized as some of the best in the United States. Nursing, criminal justice, forensics, psychology, IT, education, culinary arts, and so much more. Offering one of the lowest tuition rates in New England. Plus, a top-seeded national champion producing athletics department. Central Maine Community College in Auburn. Find your passion. Go to cmcc.edu.
Whittemore & Sons, your Coyote tractor dealer. Dependable sales and service for over 50 years. We are located on the Waterville Road in Skowhegan. Sales and service by a family who cares.
Nothing brings people together like good food, so when you're cooking for the ones you love, why trust anyone but Joseph's Market? Joseph's Market is famous for their fine meats. Plus, no one makes sausage like Joseph's. They have 32 rotating flavors like Mexican chorizo, teriyaki pineapple, or spinach and feta, so there's something for everyone. You know, an apron is just a cape worn backwards, so be a superhero at your next cookout with fresh meat and sausage from Joseph's Market on Front Street in Waterville. Find them at josephsmarketmaine.com and like them on Facebook.
For us, it's a family business that is steeped in tradition. You know, our relationship with Waterville goes back a long ways. Over the years, we've been fortunate enough to grow, and we've been able to grow with the town. We look at the work that we do as something bigger than just the sale of a car or the servicing of an automobile. We're here to be a part of something bigger than just ourselves by giving back to the community with our time and our energy, because it's all about taking care of people.
Notice the price of gas and oil lately? Thinking about a pellet stove? Pellets are a renewable resource that are economical, and pellet stoves don't have to be ugly or loud. Come talk to us at Somerset Stone & Stove. Let us explain why now is the best time to have your pellet stove installed. Wouldn't you love to have a gas stove or fireplace designed for your home? Let Somerset Stone & Stove design and install a Regency gas stove or fireplace that is just right for you. Let us customize your Regency gas stove or fireplace while you enjoy the beauty and warmth. Visit Somerset Stone & Stove in Oakland.
Over Over 30 years ago, Paul and Jonna Bowen set out on a mission to help aging Mainers stay in their own homes. Assistance Plus grew from their passion, dedication, and integrity, where clients come first. Today, Assistance Plus serves not only the elderly, but clients with developmental and behavioral health challenges. Assistance Plus, here for you today and through all points of your life.
Mike Violet, AJ Knight, our videographer tonight is Sean Packard. We're back here live at Reggie Clark Memorial Field in Skowhegan as you watch the meeting of the captains between Lawrence and Skowhegan. The officiating crew tonight, Dick LaCase is the referee, Steve Nelson is the umpire, David Vayu is the back judge, the line judge is Brian LeClaire, the linesman is Connor Dayton, and Michael Perkins keeping track of the time up here in the booth. It is a cool night, not cold, but cool. Temperatures right around 60 degrees, and it will be the Lawrence Bulldogs getting the ball first as they have won the toss and they have elected to receive. It is a cool night, as I said, about 60, and a breeze is blowing that is across the field from the Lawrence side to the side we are on. Not a significant one, but a bit of a breeze, so we'll certainly keep our eyes on that, and Lawrence will get the football first.
Also, a little bit of mist. Kind of seems like it went away as fast as it came on, but I think it's worth noting because when we were here over here yesterday for soccer, it had picked up dew on the grass, and we saw in the soccer game several players lose edges. So it'll be interesting to see what the field looks like, obviously, with that as we continue through this evening.
Skowhegan opened the year with 3 straight losses to Wyndham, a lightning-shortened game to Coney, and then they lost to Bangor, their first and only win over Mount Blue, 18-13, losing last week 34-12. Lawrence also opened up with a Week 1 loss to Bangor, 21-6. Then they ran 3 wins in a row off, 27-8 over Falmouth, 34-0 over Mount Blue, 40-7 over Coney, and then last week blown out by the Leavitt Hornets, 62-32. Lawrence in the white with the blue helmets and the silver, hard-to-read numerals, and Skowhegan is in the black with the white numerals. We are set to go here tonight. Jason Oben ready to kick it off. All right, back deep to return for Lawrence. Gage Martin is back there. Gavin Wilson is back there. Preston Roy is back there, none of whom will get a chance to carry it. It's picked up by an up man as they kicked it short. And the return to the 37-yard line. And I have no idea.
I think it was Wilson.
All right, it was Wilson who came up. So Lawrence, 1st and 10. On the return by Wilson, and they actually spotted at the 38-yard line.
Last week against Leavitt, Lawrence, I thought, very early took themselves out of their own game plan. I imagine that's not going to happen tonight. I think they're going to run again, and run some more.
All right, under center now is Michael Hamlin with an offset eye. Man going in motion is Gavin Lunt. They go to the fullback. This was a big play last week, and it's a big play again. It's Martin. He's running away from everyone. He scores on the first play from scrimmage, 62 yards for a touchdown.
I mean, what can you say? We knew they were going to run the ball, and instead, I think a lot of eyes were probably on Colton Carter. Instead, Martin gets in and goes 62 yards on a house call.
16 seconds in, the first play from scrimmage is a touchdown for Lawrence, and they lead it 6-0. And here now for the conversion. Snap is good. Ball is down. The hold by Hamlin is up, and it is good. Lightning strikes here in Skowhegan, 16 seconds in. That'll silence the crowd as going 62 for a touchdown for the Lawrence Bulldogs. Gage Martin, the Bulldogs lead at 7-0.
Yeah, you get to see that again, and just the up man. I mean, Martin's got good speed from that fullback position. Like you said, he explodes in the second level, and then he's able to outrace the defender down the sideline, 62 yards to the house. That was Van Ettestein who had a chance, but couldn't catch him.
Could not catch him. Riley Leary with the conversion. And wow, that certainly is a gut punch right out of the gate to the Skowhegan Riverhawks. So now Lawrence will kick off.
All that good juju. You got the home crowd. It's homecoming, like you said, and then unfortunately, you can hear a pin drop in here now.
Trevor Austin, Drake Tracy back to return. Aaron Craig to kick it. High kick. On the far side, it is Austin at the 17 to the 20, 25. Slows down, hit there, and down at about the 27-yard line. And that is where Skowhegan begins. 1st and 10. The Riverhawks already down 7-0. We are just 22 seconds into the game.
Yeah, for Skowhegan, much like I think normally Lawrence would do, right? You really, I think, want to shrink this game down, run the ball, run clock, and limit the amount of times Lawrence touches the ball.
So 1st and 10 for Oben and company at their own 28-yard line, and now there is apparently a penalty. There was a penalty. I have no idea what that penalty was. What was the penalty? Was a personal foul, we hear from the booth on Skowhegan.
That's not a good way to start.
No, so it's a 10-yard penalty, so they'll begin at the 18 rather than the 28. Oben from the gun. 1st and 10, 2 receivers left, 1 receiver to the right. Back to throw. Oben, the quarterback, shoots it over the middle. It's picked off. It is picked off by the Lawrence Bulldogs. So Lawrence scores on its first offensive play, on its first defensive play. They pick off a pass at the 27-yard line.
On that interception, PA said Gavin Lunt. I didn't get to see a number.
All right, so we'll run with that because I have no idea. So Lawrence at the 27-yard line on the Lunt interception. He stepped right in front of the pass, and it ended up being an easy pick. They shift, Lawrence does, into the shotgun. A man goes in motion. That is Luntz. Looked like one man ran too soon. That, I think, was Carter who carried the ball, but no flags down there, and a short gain inside the 25 to about the 24, so we'll give him 3 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 7. So a first play touchdown run by Gage Martin, a first play by Skowhegan, interception by Gavin Lunt, and here we are 2nd and 8. Lawrence operating at the 24-yard line of Skowhegan. Hamlin in the shotgun. Now they'll shift. Offset. I formation. Man going in motion. They go to the fullback again. This is Martin. This is the one that broke the touchdown. And my God, he might do it again. 5, touchdown! Gage Martin again!
Wow.
Holy mackerel, Sapphire!
Yeah, I mean, one of the things that Skowhegan's coaching staff talked about right in the pregame was that with this Lawrence offense, right, they were going to have good eye discipline, and I think you see Lawrence, right, all those pre-snap shifts, and Skowhegan's just losing Martin in the scrum.
I think they're going to run that play again. Riley Leary will attempt the conversion. He hit his first one. This is his second one in 1:11. The hold by Hamlin is a good one. It is up, though. It is no good. So Leary missed it wide left. However, with just 1:11 gone in the first quarter, it is Lawrence 13 and Skowhegan 6.
Yeah, Martin didn't get hit until he had to break 2 tackles on the safety level, but after that, there's nobody there. I mean, he went about 7 or 8 yards before he was even touched.
2 touchdowns in 1:11. So 2 haymakers delivered by Lawrence, and both of them have connected.
I mean, there's been, 4 plays? Lawrence has scored 2 rushing touchdowns and an interception. That's 3 of the 4 plays.
So far, so good for the Bulldogs. Once again, kicking off is Aaron Craig. Drake Tracy and Trevor Austin back to return. 10:49 left in the first quarter, and it's 13-0. If you're just tuning in, you heard me right. All right, Craig with a kick. It is low, far side, picked up down there by Tracy. Tracy struggles to get over the 25. End of story there. He'll end up pretty much in the same spot he did with the first one prior to the penalty. So it is 1st and 10. Actually, give him a yard. It's 1st and 10 at the 29.
Skowhegan comes out, obviously, on that first down play and just runs a simple little, I think it was supposed to be just a short little curl there, but that wide receiver for Skowhegan was double bracketed, and Lunt, like you said, stepped right in front of it, gets the pick, and then 2 plays later they cash in again for another touchdown.
1st and 10 for Oben and company from their own 28, just their second play of the game. 2 running backs in the backfield with Oben. Lawrence with a 4-man front, handoff left side, and the fullback able to get over the 30-yard line to about the 32, and I believe on the carry there for Skowhegan, it's Asher Fitzgerald, and it is. So Fitzgerald, and they are going no huddle, which is something they weren't doing early on with this new quarterback and new players on their offensive side of the football, but something Skowhegan has done a lot over the last couple of years. Then right flat, the pass completed to Drake Tracy, but a very short gain on the play.
Yeah, that was that little flare-out screen, but that really only works if you get the ball out in a hurry. So obviously once the blocks get out there, he can go. Instead, he had to come back and catch it.
So he gets it to the 35-yard line where it'll be 3rd down and about 4. 3rd and 4, Fitzgerald, the running back. A lot of wristband checking. And Oben goes under center. Oben, a sophomore quarterback. He's a young one. The turn, the give, Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald plows off the left side. Nothing there. Lawrence defense, even without Cam Dostey playing defense tonight, equal to the task. And I believe I actually was able to pick a number out. How about Cam Stewart on the tackle?
What?
Huh?
Look at those eyes.
They call me Eagle Eye Violet.
I knew it.
4th and 2, and Brad Sear makes a statement right out of the gate here. I think it's a devil-may-care attitude with Coach Sear. Why not? We've got 1 win. We're already down 13-0. Let's take a crack. Now, keep in mind that Oben does kick for them. He is all by himself. Going in motion, Austin. No jet sweep. They fake it to him. Oben squirts up, and I think with that last little push, he got enough for the first he did.
Yeah, I think he was able to. Lawrence, I think, on contact, had him about where he needed the line to gain, but that push forward, I think, gave him about 2 extra yards.
So Oben with the first. They move the stick, so a gamble by Coach Sear pays off. And Skowhegan keeps the ball 1st and 10 from their own 41-yard line. 8.5 to go in the first. It's already 13-0. If you tuned in late, you've missed a lot already in the first 3 minutes and 34 seconds. 2 Lawrence touchdowns, 1 on the first play from scrimmage, 2 plays after they picked off a pass. Here's Oben from the gun. The turn, the give, Fitzgerald, and nowhere to go. A sea of white jerseys for Lawrence. Any gain, maybe it's just a matter of inches. It'll be 2nd and long.
Yeah, that was just a wall of humanity. I think you're going to call that no gain on that and be generous with that.
So that's exactly what we will do. Drake Tracy is wide to the left side as they wait for the play to be signaled in. Last year they used the flashcards. This year they're not. 1 receiver to the right. I assume that's Austin. 2nd down and 10. Oben's going to throw it. Flips it left side. It's caught there. Left flat by Tracy and nowhere to go. Excellent defense.
He dropped it, Mike.
Oh, he did? Okay. And he is hurt, too. So not only did Tracy drop that ball, he's banged up. I
got to be honest. Do you remember the injury we had yesterday for the Skowhegan soccer player?
Yes.
I think we see something similar here. I got to be honest.
A slip?
No. Lower body injury.
Yes. Crown jewels.
Yes.
Being what they are.
I believe that's what happened because that slid through Tracy's hands and he went down immediately and he's catching his breath. Let's just say that.
So yes, a lower body injury. Drake catching his breath. A painful incompletion. It's 3rd down and 10. Fitzgerald stays in as the running back. Miller Foss goes wide left now in for Tracy. That play was defended, by the way, by Cole Kurian.
I think Skowhegan had something there. Tracy, I think, gave up when he dropped it. He had a chance. He breaks it. He's got some room to run.
3rd down and 10. Oben in the shotgun. 4 down linemen. They flip it in the flat. It is caught out there by Akeo Fairley, and Fairley gets nothing. He was a pretty good weapon we saw early on this year in the game against Wyndham, but nothing there, and it's 4th and long, and now Brad Sear will punt.
Yeah, he had in the second half, it seemed like that was an adjustment Scout he was able to make. He came off the inline blocking, kind of just found some space in the middle of the field. And then when we saw them against Coney, they never went back to that. I think something to watch for.
Gavin Lunt is the return man. Jason Oben ready to punt it. Standing at the 30, plenty of time, good snap. Decent kick, a wobbler. Lunt will get away from it. Takes a healthy Skowhegan bounce. Austin will escort it down inside the 22, about the 17. So a good punt there by Jason Aubin.
And like you said, I think the thing that really stood out to me for that, how much time he had. Like, he took his full stride.
Which, when we saw them play against Wyndham, was not the case.
Yeah, we saw against...
We had a punt block for a touchdown.
One of the most ridiculous punt returns I've ever seen.
It was. Line drive punt right into the return man, whose name I can't remember right now, who was only like 5 yards beyond the line of scrimmage.
Yes.
So it is 1st and 10. We'll put him at the 16 after the punt. 1st and 10. Back to throw. Hamlin first time overthrows his man in the flat. That was Gavin Lunt at the 30-yard line. It is incomplete.
Had a chance there, I think, for Lawrence.
Oh, he was open.
Yeah, I mean, you have chances to get big plays in the passing game because so many people are going to sell out, obviously, to the run because they know what Lawrence wants to do. But especially after Gage Martin has 2 rushes for 86 yards and 2 touchdowns.
So 2nd and 10 from the 16. 6:39 to go in the first. 13-0 Lawrence. Local sports on the score brought to you by Central Maine Community College in Auburn. With over 40 academic degrees and programs. Their open house coming up on Saturday, October 14th from 9 until noon. Find your passion at cmcc.edu. Hamlin again in the gun. Lunt in motion. Whoa! The snap is airmailed, and he's going to have to go, and he kicks it out of the end zone. A smart play there by Michael Hamlin. Skowhegan's on the board. A safety.
Somebody's car also got a dent in it.
And Hamlin actually ducked under the rope over there. You might have seen him to go get the loose ball. So a 2-point safety, and Skowhegan's on the board. It's 13-2.
That's sometimes you take the breaks where you can find him. Skowhegan gets one there because now you get Lawrence's offense off the field and you get the ball back.
Exactly.
This is the first, by the way, this is the first safety I've ever seen in game action. Like at calling a game.
Oh, really?
This is the first one I've ever seen.
Okay, well, wow. It's a big moment for you.
I know.
We're going to have to get you a cake or something after the game.
Please do.
Yeah.
Also, we got a text update from our very good friend. 6-0 Meso over the Red Eddies.
Okay, that score will get a lot bigger.
I think so, too.
EL is 0-5.
Meslonsky 5-0.
Yes. So a free kick here. They can either punt it, of course, or kick it off, and Michael Hamlin's going to punt. And he will do so from his own 20. So Skowhegan should get very good field position out of this after a safety. And it is taken by Austin at the 42 to the 45 to midfield to the 40, and he drives down. And see what I said about good field possession. So an opportunity for Skowhegan to crawl right back into it. A fine return there. Let's see, 18, 24 yards on the return. And it's 1st and 10 for Skowhegan at the 34.
And more importantly, too, with this Skowhegan offense, right, that's been gradually improving through the season, being on plus side gives you now 4 downs to work with.
Right. So 1st and 10 at the 34 of Lawrence. Clark Frederick is wide to the right side. In fact, we've got 2 to the right and 2 to the left. Fitzgerald, the running back, in the flat out there to Austin. Has a block, gets around it, and a modest gain, but a good first down gain for this Skowhegan offense, which needs to stay out of 3rd and longs, and they get 7. It'll be 2nd down and 3.
And those passes, I think, especially if Lawrence gives you off coverage, take advantage of them. Like you said, no one, I think, is Lawrence, I think, is going to be soft in the coverage against Skowhegan's passing game. So if you could chew up 5 yards on first down, you take that every time.
So 2nd down and 3. From the shotgun, man in motion. That is Austin. The handoff is to Fitzgerald. He slips, and he is down at the 25-yard line. Probably was more there, but the slip, again, turf a little bit wet. We've had kind of a cloudy, musty, damp day, so the turf a little bit wet. Give him a yard. It'll be 3rd and 2. 3rd down and 2 from the 26. Clock running, 5:25 first quarter, 13-2 after the Skowhegan safety.
It has been nothing if not an eventful first quarter.
Oben from the shotgun. Fitzgerald with him in the backfield. 2 left, 1 right. 2 right. Oben. A run all the way, and Jason Oben's got the first down and more, and he's inside the 15-yard line, and Skowhegan is in business with a first down in the red zone.
Just an easy sweep there, able to get into the second level.
Well, Brad Sear talked about how their offensive and defensive lines are playing more physical, and it showed there. 1st and 10. Ball is at the 14-yard line.
So I believe that was 12 yards for Oben.
Indeed it was. 1st and 10, 13-2. Lawrence in the lead. 1st and 10 for Skowhegan at the 14 of the Bulldogs. In the belly of Fitzgerald, wrapped up, and he won't even make it back to the line of scrimmage. Lots of penetration there. And again, on the stick, it was Cam Stewart.
Yeah, that one, I mean, Skowhegan, that's going to be the battle all night, no matter what side of the ball is. Both teams obviously want to be physical at the point of attack. Who's going to be able to establish consistent presence offensively and defensively?
2nd down and 10. Wide to the left side for the Skowhegan Riverhawks is Miller Foss. Akeo Fairley is the slot man. Wide to the right side. You got Tracy. You got Austin as the slot man. With Fitzgerald in the backfield. They'll try it left side. Trying to get wide is open. He breaks around the left side, squares up, and he is able to get inside the 10 to the 9. So a short gain. And Aubin inside the 10 to the 9, where it'll be 3rd down, and we'll call it 5. 3rd and 5, 3.5 to go in the first. 13-2 Lawrence.
That's something I think for Skowhegan that's been gradually coming. The building is obviously Aubin a little bit of a running threat, but I think we've seen it a little bit more as the season's gone on, and I like that ability because he's got some speed, but more than anything, Aubin's big.
He's a good-sized quarterback, man, just a sophomore. Aubin in the gun. They're going to run it again, and this time he is hit, breaks away from that hit, and he is able to get to about the 6 maybe, after they unpile, maybe just the 7. Let's see. Yeah, we'll give him the 6.
Yeah, I think they gave him, the 6.
So it'll be 4th down and second time on this drive, a 4th down play. This one huge, obviously, because of where they are at the 6-yard line. It is 4th down and 2. Aubin.
Curious to see if this is Aubin taking all the way, or maybe you can get Lawrence,
Fitzgerald behind him in the shotgun as the I-back. He's going to throw it. Flips it over the middle, and it is no good. It is incomplete for Fairley.
I was going to say that was the play call that I wanted, was the leak out.
It was there.
They had it right through his hands.
Right through Akeo Fairley's hands, and so Lawrence bends but doesn't break, and they'll take over 1st and 10 from their own 6 on downs. PA guy. Down at the end. They want
a birthday shout.
They want a birthday shout out over the PA, and her name is Destiny, and I'm certainly happy to give her one here. But they want to sing happy birthday over the PA, and that's not my job. 3 yards on 1st down there by Lawrence, and of course with the silver numerals, I have no idea who carried the ball.
I believe it was Carter.
Okay, so Colton Carter, give him 3. 3-ish. 2nd down and about 7. Hamlin under center, sends Lunt in motion. They'll try it off left tackle, and Skowhegan stacks it up pretty nicely. You're welcome. And so it'll be 3rd and 4, a gain of a couple there. 3rd down and 4 for Lawrence.
That was Martin on the carry.
Gage Martin, first one he hasn't broken for a touchdown.
Yeah, you were right, too. They went back to that play.
Shocker. Shocker. 3rd down and about 3. All right, Hamlin hands it off around the left end, and look out! 40, 50, it's a foot race to the 40. He's being caught by Trevor Austin, and Austin saves the touchdown. I think that was Colton Carter.
That was Wilson.
I think that was Wilson.
What do you got for yardage on that?
Well, wow, from
the 9, right?
From the 9... So
41.
we're looking 41, 51, 61, 66, 67, 69 yards-ish?
Yeah, because they're on the 20.
So forgive me, it was Gavin Wilson. He is 34,
17.
and Colton Carter is 32. So Wilson gets him out of a hole.
Yeah, 58.
On 3rd down. Like I said, 58, AJ? On 3rd down, deep in their own territory, Hamlin, it's an either run or pass play, and Michael breaks it to the outside 10. 5, he is in. Touchdown, Lawrence. And the Bulldogs have scored again. A 22-yard touchdown run, and their lead is 19-2.
Yeah, that one, like you said, runner passed the whole way, and it looked like he wasn't sure, and then all of a sudden it opened up and off to pay dirt.
94-yard drive by Lawrence.
That's a backbreaker.
Comes with 36 seconds left. Riley Leary for the conversion. Plenty of leg on it. How about the eyes? It's up, and it is good. And with 36 seconds left in the first quarter, Lawrence's lead has been extended. It's the Bulldogs 20 and the Skowhegan Riverhawks 2 after a 94-yard touchdown drive.
Yeah, now Lawrence has 7 carries for 175 and 3 scores.
Is that good?
I feel like that's solid. I mean, Lawrence, we've seen Lawrence run for over 500 yards in a game, and 175 after 1 feels like you're on a pretty good pace.
It's a stupid pace is what it is.
Yeah, it is.
So with 36 seconds left in the first quarter, Aaron Craig will kick off. I've lost count. Is this the 3rd time? Fourth time? 3rd time.
Yeah, because they've
Lawrence
scored.
received the opening kickoff.
Yes.
All right, back to return. Trevor Austin, Drake Tracy. Craig ready to blast it away at the 40. Low liner, scoots by everybody, bounces off Tracy's hands, picks it up at the 21, 25, outside to the 30, and down he goes at the 31-yard line. About a 10-yard return. And on the tackle there for the Bulldogs, Jackson Boyle, a freshman.
Man, a cruel game, football, right? You're talking about that 96-yard drive could be 13-9 or 10. I mean, Aubin had wide open receiver in the end zone and just goes right through his hands.
Sometimes it's a game of inches.
Yeah. Cruel game.
1st and 10. Skowhegan at their own 21.
31.
Excuse me, at their own 31. Aubin in the shotgun. Fitzgerald in motion. Keep by Aubin. Good job with his ball handling there, and he is over the 35 to the 37. So he's run the ball well tonight, and we've got a man down for Lawrence. Not what they need. A Bulldog down at the 32 and an injury timeout.
78, I believe. Hard to see. Thank you, Sean, for getting that shot, but I can't see his full jersey, but I believe 78.
If it is Thompson. Of course, Metelli is out, the Lawrence trainer.
78.
Okay, so it is, in fact, Jeremy Thompson, who now at least is rolling over, moving, but looks like right leg, right knee, Trainer plants the foot. Now we'll try to get some extension there. Trying to get some bend in it. Out on the field is John Hersom, the head coach of the Lawrence Bulldogs. So we have an injury timeout on the field. We'll take 1-2. 23 seconds to go. Oh, wait a minute. He's about to give up. Get up. So hold on. We'll stay right here as Thompson.
Mike, you ever got that mohawk? He's rocking a mohawk.
I had a mohawk, let's see, in the early 80s for about 5 minutes when a bunch of my college friends and I drank some liquid that night, somebody had some barber shears, and we shaved everybody's head, and I had a mohawk for about 5 minutes and thought I looked stupider than I normally looked, and so I cut it all off.
That tracks, I think. That's a good explanation.
I think people can relate to that. Second down and 4.
Yeah, feel for Thompson there. Couldn't put any weight on that leg as they help him off.
So a right leg injury for Thompson. Keep an eye on him. Oben. Second down and 4. He's at the 37-yard line from the shotgun. Skowhegan goes exclusively from that setup. Here's Oben. Avoids his own guy, and that slowed him down just enough, and that really hurt the play. Offensive lineman Ben Linkletter ended up in the way, and Oben had to avoid him, and that really blew the play right up.
Yeah, I thought he had a chance there to get a little bit more vertical, like you said. Then he bounced it and kind of gave up a couple yards. Still gets 3 out of it. I think they're going to mark him down here at the 40 to end the half, or the end of quarter, excuse me.
So how about this? A pick 6 by Edward Little in Oakland.
Ooh.
They missed the 2-point conversion. It's 6-6.
Woo-hoo-hoo. Upset alert.
7.5 minutes to go at last report. Interesting. And a timeout here taken by Skowhegan.
End of the quarter.
Oh, a timeout taken by the officials because it's the end of the quarter. Probably I should pay attention.
Hey, you're getting us that score updated. It's understandable.
To the game. After 1 from Skowhegan, it's Lawrence 20, Skowhegan 2. Back with the second quarter after this on the score.
Looking to begin or further your career in manufacturing and don't know where to start? Midstate Machine is in need of CNC machinists at our Winslow facility, where we manufacture components for some of the most exciting industries: aerospace, defense, power generation. I'm Jeremy Stanford, manufacturing manager, and I personally want to invite you to come learn about the great pay and benefits Midstate Machine has to offer. To apply, visit midstateusa.com. That's midstateusa.com, an equal opportunity employer. Come grow with us.
Mike Violet, AJ Knight back here at Skowhegan as we have another score update.
Instant update scoreboard from Oakland. It's Edward Little 12, Messalonsky 6. Are the Eagles looking by the Red Eddies?
Yeah, because they have Lawrence next, right?
That is late in the first quarter. Yes, they do. All right, back here in Skowhegan, 3rd and 2. And it goes to Fitzgerald. No, it's Oben on a keeper, and he has got the first down and more. He goes down hard. He's a good runner. And a first down for Skowhegan. So upset special perhaps in the making in Oakland. And they got the 2, so it's 14-6 in favor of Edward Little. 3:53 to go in the first quarter.
Wow. Are they turning into the Georgia Bulldogs? They don't play until the second half? Is that what's happening?
I don't know. We're going to find out. We are going to find out. 11:40 left in the first half here, 20-2. All right, in motion for Skowhegan, it's Austin. It's kept, though, and Austin was still almost tackled anyway. And a gain of a couple by quarterback Jason Oben.
Yeah, that one kind of damned if you do, damned if you don't, because like you said, Austin still got hit for his troubles, and then Oben kind of just ran into a mass of bodies.
So 2nd and 8.
Oh, by the way, Mike, because I know you wanted to know, at the end of the first quarter, Lawrence, 7 rushes, 175 yards, 3 touchdowns.
Okay, pretty good night.
At 25 yards a pop.
So this team, which has run for more than 500 yards in a game, is on a pace to do the same thing.
Yeah, over 600 now.
2nd down and 8. Oben Rolls back. He's in trouble. Flips. This is up for grabs. And fortunately, Tracy was there because that was a 50-50 ball by Jason Oben.
And he was under pressure immediately, trying to get Lawrence to bite on some play action. Just you got to be able to hold up the protection.
So it's incomplete, stops the clock, 10:41 to go in the first half, and it's a 3rd down and 8. 3rd and 8 for Skowhegan at their own 48-yard line, trailing 20-2.
Still would like Skowhegan to try and find Fairley somewhere in the middle of the field. I feel like because he's split out a little bit wide now, but I think if you bring him in tight, he could slip into the linebacker level.
Asher Fitzgerald, the single setback, right side the throw, and boy, that was a dangerous throw to Fairley, and it is incomplete. You got to put a little bit more on that. Out there on coverage was Lunt. Ask Mac Jones about that throw.
Yeah,
it's 4th down and 8.
Yeah, that one I think that, like you said, you got to get zip on that. Luckily, you leave that inside, it's going 6 the other way.
Indeed.
He threw it outside, so it's incomplete.
All right, so Oben will punt. Lunt will return it. Plenty of time. Line drive spiral. And Lunt at the 14 to the 15 to the 20, 25. He's outside to the 30, 35 to the 40. Midfield, Gavin Lunt finally is out of bounds. Not before, though. He makes it into Skowhegan real estate, and they will put him out at the 44-yard line.
Man, Lawrence touches the ball. Apparently just get out of the way. It's like they got that bulldozer power-up you used to have in backyard football when I was a kid on the computer.
42 yards on the return.
And Oben, the only reason I think he just got shoved out of bounds. Oben,
so 1st and 10.
Touchdown save and tackle.
Lawrence up to Skowhegan 44, leading 20-2. Hamlin under center. The turn, the inside handoff. This is Martin, the fullback, and he won't break it for a touchdown this time. Tackled by Tracy. And no gain. Actually, no, it was not Martin. I think that was Wilson on the carry.
Yeah, I think it was.
So Wilson on the give, and he got maybe the nose of the football for a gain. It'll be 2nd down and almost 10.
That's surprising. I mean, they have 4 ball carriers. Martin leads the way with 3. I mean, they've had such instant success, but Martin kind of a bigger part of their game plan.
All right, Hamlin, this is Carter. Carter right side, almost stripped of the ball, but he hangs on to it, and he spins inside the 35 to the 34. He's close to the stick. And he'll be just a shade short. It'll be 3rd and about a yard. Clock running 9.5 in the first half, 20-2 Lawrence. Tomorrow it's Brewer and Winslow.
Potentially in the rain.
Potentially in the rain at 1 o'clock.
And not
Maine hockey
stream.
tomorrow night. Actually tomorrow afternoon at 5 from Colby. Black Bears and UNH. 5 o'clock, 4:30 pregame show. Thanks for the reminder on that, AJ. That's a 1st down as they sweep it left side. And I believe that was Wilson on the carry.
Yeah.
So the Black Bears and the Wildcats of UNH in a game where all the proceeds are benefiting the Alphon Youth Center in Waterville.
That's awesome.
And tickets may still be available if you go to Black Bears, goblackbears.com. Tickets are $20 general admission, and all the money's going to the Alphon Youth Center.
And that facility, if you haven't been there, is gorgeous.
Yep. And they officially published the attendance in the paper today. Back to throw Hamlin. Oh, he had a touchdown. He had Gavin Lunt for a touchdown at the 10-yard line and didn't see him.
Yeah, but I didn't have the touchdown, but still threw an absolute rainbow. I think that was to...
Did he catch that?
That was Wilson on a wheel route.
I got to pay attention.
So Wilson
made the catch. So while Lunt could have had a touchdown, Wilson almost did score a touchdown. And a long gainer of, 40?
Yeah, where were they at? They're on the 1.
Yeah.
They were on the 34, I think.
So a 33-yard pass play, and trying to spin into the end zone is the ball carrier. It's either Carter or Wilson, and stacked up. If it was 32, it was Carter.
Was it Martin?
Don't know. It was 32 on the carry? Okay. Thank you, Carter.
Yeah, no gain.
Second down and goal at the 1. Full house backfield. Hamlin hands it off and in for the touchdown. The Lawrence running back. It is a 1-yard run.
That was Wilson.
That was Wilson for the score. And the score is now 26-2 Lawrence.
Getting everybody touchdowns. Mike, you want to go out there and get a touchdown?
Well, it may come to that. Riley Leary for the conversion. Hamlin will hold. It's 2 out of 3 on the night. Snap good. Plenty of leg on it. Did he pull it? He did. He pulled it wide left. So Leary misses for the second time tonight, wide left. So 7:55 left first half. It's 26-2 Lawrence.
Now, all 4 touchdowns on the ground. And how about that wheel route? You got lost with lunch. That was a heck of a catch.
It was.
Pull that up here for you a second.
Yeah, because I need to actually see it.
I believe it's this one. You watch here, Wilson just going to run out here, run in the flat, and then he's just going to hook up the sideline. And it was good coverage.
Yes.
Just put in the exact right spot.
Well, he obviously was the primary receiver on the play, and Hamlin went there, and he pulled it down, and it sets up a touchdown, a 1-yard run. Comes at the 4:05 mark of the second quarter, 44 yards on the drive. And the Bulldogs have increased their lead to 26-2.
Yeah, Hamlin only 1 for 2 on the day. Granted, Lawrence really hasn't run a ton of plays because he had such big success in the running game.
Austin and Tracy back to return. The kickoff here by Aaron Craig. Nice high kick. And back to return it is Tracy. At the 13 to the 15, he gets clubbed. He went down in a heap.
Yeah, he got hit high and low at the same time.
He did.
That did not look fun.
Yeah, the return to the 25. So that's where Skowhegan starts. 1st and 10 for Skowhegan. From the 25, trailing 26-2. Jason Oben trying to get something going. The safety scored by Skowhegan on a high snap from center while Lawrence was backed up in the shotgun, and Hamlin just kicked it out of the end zone. Oben in the gun, Fitzgerald right beside him. Asher gets the give, has a hole, breaks to the secondary, slowed down and stopped at the 30-yard line.
Yeah, nice shoestring tackle there because that hole opened up real nice, and Asher is going to be able to get to the second level. Still gets 5, though.
Picks up 5, 2nd and 5. Second down and 5. Skowhegan, the play call from the sideline, the wristband check, and now we're set. Oben sets him down. 2nd down and 5. He's going to throw it. Right side in the flat, caught by Frederick, but nowhere to go. Lawrence swarms, and they keep him in bounds, and he gets just up to the 31-yard line, a very modest gain of about a yard or so, so it'll be 3rd and 4.
Yeah, give him about, I think, the length of the football, but we'll give him 1.
So 3rd and 1, a running clock, 6:50 that is to go in the half. Wide to the right side, Frederick. The slot man is Austin. Wide to the left side for Skowhegan, Miller, Foss. And Fitzgerald right beside Oben in the backfield. Fairley is the tight end, strong side left. Lawrence will rush 4. Oben's going to keep it, looking for a hole. Finds a little seam in there over the 35, 37. That's the amount he needed and more for the first down.
Yeah, Oben does a nice job falling forward when he gets hit. And at his size, that's another good 2 yards. They needed to get to, the 35, and they ended up marking him down at the 38. That 30.
Littlefield on the tackle. Braden Littlefield
38.
made the stop. Yeah, let's give him the 38. 1st and 10 from there. 2 to the right, 1 to the left. Fitzgerald, the running back. Oben again. On the run, stacked up.
Ball's out.
Is it out? It is out. A fumble recovered by Lawrence. I apologize, didn't see a pop out. And coming up with it, can't see the number. I just can't see it.
Take a look at the replay here.
See if you can pick it up, but it's a recovered fumble at the 40-yard line, so Oben puts it on the ground. And Lawrence recovers it at the 40.
I think that was Wilson.
Okay.
So
fumble by Oben. So 1st and 10, Lawrence from the Skowhegan 40, leading 26-2. Pitch out right side, it's Martin. Martin turns the corner, and just as he's about to square his shoulders, he is hit, but not before he gets to the 36. That is a gain of 4.
Man, he is being used. I mean, that uptake, that we've seen that several times. That's not different, but they see something in Martin they obviously like tonight because we've never seen him get that pitch. He's now got 93 yards on 4 rushes. 2 touchdowns.
2nd down and 6. At the 36. Hamlin directs a little traffic in the backfield, sends a man in motion. They go to that fullback dive, and again, it's a successful play for them. They've broken it twice for a touchdown, and that one for a 1st down. And they spot it at the 30. Is it a first or not?
I think they're having a little to see. I think they're still having a discussion. No, I think they're going to say still short.
Okay, so it's not a 1st down. So it's 3rd down and very short. Somebody just texted me and said that Levitt has scored 3 touchdowns tonight in 26 seconds.
Jeez,
I don't know who they're playing. I can't remember. I'll check here when we get a break. 3rd down and a yard. The turn, sweep left, and busting through the Lawrence running back to the 24-yard line, and that is a 1st down.
That was Wilson.
So Wilson gets the first. And it is 1st and 10. They will move the sticks.
Curious, Carter has 4 rushes, but it's been a lot of Wilson and Martin. Was he in your discussion with any coaches? Was he nicked up or anything?
No, did not hear anything about any running backs being hurt, just offensive linemen.
Just curious.
Oh, they're playing Lewiston, so Levitt has 3 touchdowns in 26 seconds against Lewiston. 1st and 10. Inside handoff, and a big gainer. It may be Martin again, and he is in the house. Touchdown, Lawrence.
That was actually 10.
Okay, so in the game is our friend, the speedy Jaden Burnham, who we saw last week look like he was shot out of a laser.
Yeah, that totally tracks for that speed because he ate up distance in a hurry. That was one of my favorite highlights. I think, from the
he's
season.
got track speed.
Yes, 100%.
And that was, what, a 15-yard run?
I will double-check the yardage here on the replay after the PAT.
All right, Leary, high enough. And it's up, and it is good. And with 4 minutes left in the first half, the route is on. It is Lawrence 33 and Skowhegan 2.
It's 25.
25, okay. So
we were curious. He had for those who aren't who's in the highlights, but Burnham had a 70-yard, 60-yard house call late in the Levitt game once both teams cleared their benches. And it, like Mike said, out of a rocket. And the comment, of course, is I know that Lawrence is obviously very deep. You have Martin, Santone we haven't called yet, Wilson, Carter, Hamlin can run the ball. But speed like that, you're like, I think we got to figure out a way to get that guy in the field, and obviously Lawrence able to do so here.
So, 10:27 left in the first half, and it is 35-0 Levitt over Lewiston.
Best team in the state.
And Mesalonsky has just scored on a 7-yard touchdown pass. The 2-point conversion good, so they're tied at 14 in Oakland at halftime, which is certainly a surprise.
Yeah, definitely.
And speaking of halftime, coming up at the half, brought to you by Hammond Lumber, all of the scores from tonight's games being played all over the place. Back is Van Ettestein, Robert Van Ettestein, up and driven back, and Pyle driven down at the 21. We saw him get banged up in the first game we were here against Wyndham, so good to see him back. So Robert Van Ettestein They give him forward progress to the 24.
Yeah, good to see him back. It was kind of insult to injury that night for Skowhegan because they obviously lost to Wyndham, but several players went out in that game.
Carnage.
Been that kind of a story. Coney's, linebacker depth, talked about that. Been a rough year. Collarbones and ACLs. That's what the Coney coach said, or the Meslonsky coach said to us, I believe.
1st and 10, Skowhegan. 3:50 left in the first half. They trail it 33-2. Oben in the shotgun. 2 right, 1 left. Fitzgerald, the running back. They go to Asher. Asher up the gut. Hit, breaks off that. He's a tough one. Breaks into the secondary to the 40. And finally grabbed from behind and tackled, but a big gainer for Asher Fitzgerald on the best offensive play of the night for Skowhegan, up to the 43-yard line.
That was some muscle there, so give him 19 on that one.
So Asher Fitzgerald, Bronco bucks his way up to the 43.
See if that can spurn some momentum for this Skowhegan team, because, again, they will get the ball to start the second half, so you'd love to score here and get a chance to double up.
2-2 for the receivers for Skowhegan. They're going to keep it on the ground, though. They go to Mulcahy. He turns the corner. Now a bounce, and he gets upended after a solid gain, though, of 5 yards. Aiden Mulcahy. That Y is not long. It doesn't have a tail on it. I'm going to put a tail on it right now and make it Aiden.
Your roster got that? Because Jason Oben looks like Iason Oben.
Yes, it does.
That for Skowhegan, they haven't really struggled so much getting ahead of the chains. It's just been sustaining drives because they're just not a big play offense, right? So you got to have these long 10, 15-play drives.
So Mulcahy rips off 5, 2nd down and 5. 3 receivers to the right. Fitzgerald is the running back. They hand it off. No, it's Mulcahy. No, it's not. It's Oben. He kept it. Lawrence defense went for it, and so did I. And Jason Oben with a big gainer down to the 35-yard line.
And Lawrence really selling out first contact. We've seen that a couple times. Good read there by Oben as you see Mulcahy get absolutely mollywomped. And Oben powers his way through, like you said. They officially mark him down at the 35.
Yeah, everybody went for Aiden Mulcahy in whites, and Oben with a big gainer. Mulcahy checks out. Fitzgerald is in. 1st and 10, Skowhegan. They got something going here. At the 35-yard line of Lawrence, 2.5 in the first half, 33-2. Lawrence in the lead. Handoff, Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald powers up and picks up 4.
And again, for Skowhegan, as much as anything, stay ahead of the chains.
Littlefield on the stop after a pickup of 3. It'll be 2nd down and 7. Coming down to 2 minutes left in the first half. 2nd and 7. Two to the right, 1 to the left. Fitzgerald, the running back. They'll stick with that. And Asher powers and backwards now to the 30. Some tough yardage and a timeout called by Brad Sear. With 1:47 left in the first half, a good timeout here by Coach Sear. With a 3rd and 5 play upcoming, certainly in a situation where it's 2-down territory.
Yeah, 100%. Again, this is such a great opportunity, right? Trailing, obviously, a big gap, 33-2. But you go down, score a touchdown, kick the extra point, 33-9. You get the ball to start the second half. You can really chip away into that lead.
Tomorrow, Brewer at Winslow at 1 o'clock. Maine hockey at 5 o'clock against UNH. The exhibition game at Jack Kelly Rink at Alfond Center in Waterville. John Shields and Larry Mahoney will have the call, and I will jump on the broadcast with them either between the 1st and 2nd or the 2nd and 3rd period.
Do I get a shout-out during that?
If you buy me a hot dog or something, I might give you a shout-out.
I'm going to be running your board. That got to count for something, right?
Okay.
Just saying. I'm looking forward to it. We'll, of course, have it on the score. Really excited to be partnered with the UMaine Black Bears.
Exactly. We'll have Maine hockey, Maine women's basketball, probably some Maine football. Black Bears are playing in Richmond tomorrow in football. I think that's a 3:30 kickoff against.
Yeah, I believe so. They have, I think, out of the rest of the regular season, they tomorrow, and I want to say in November is the only time they don't play at 1.
Right. So obviously we're usually busy in those time frames with high school football. 3rd and 5 here after the timeout. 3rd and 5 at the 25-yard line. Fitzgerald in motion. It is a fake handoff to him. Oben keeps it. And nobody from Lawrence went for that fake. And Oben got about a yard or so. So it is 4th down.
Yeah, Fitzgerald kind of jogging that one, and Lawrence absolutely ignored him, like you said, which is one of the few times because those fake men have absolutely gotten hammered a couple times.
So 4th and 4. Clock runs, 1:20 to go in the first half, 33-2. All right. Signal in, wristbands checked. 4th and 4. Line of scrimmage is the 19. Oben with Fitzgerald in the backfield. Back to throw. Fires it right side. It is in the flat and dropped by Frederick. He was wide open. That ball's got to be caught, and it's going to go the other way.
Just a heartbreaker there. The touchdown, and now that, like you said, that was inside the 20. I think that was a very catchable ball.
Very softly thrown. Yeah. He tried to turn and run before he caught it.
Yeah. I think right there, again, that's two big passes that I think Oben has delivered very well. Receivers have not done their part of the bargain.
So 1st and 10 for Lawrence at the 19.
29.
29.
I got you. That's why we're a team. We need our spotter back.
Yeah,
that's
really.
what the problem
Jeez.
is.
All right, pitch out. Oops, and the ball is dropped, and Lawrence gets on the fumble. I have no idea who the pitch man was there.
I believe that was Martin.
So Martin never had it. So a big loss of about 7, and it'll be 2nd down and 17. Clock runs with 37, 2nd down and 17. Gavin Lunt is wide to the left side. Got a receiver to the right as well. Offset I formation. Hamlin under center. They'll pound it up the gut. And Lawrence is content to go into the locker room with a 31-point lead at the half, and who can blame them? Clock at 12, and that is going to run it out. It is halftime in Skowhegan, and right now it is a rout. Our score at the half from Reggie Clark Memorial Field in Skowhegan. The Lawrence Bulldogs 33 and the Skowhegan Riverhawks 2. It is halftime. We'll have all the halftime numbers, all the halftime stats, all the halftime scores, and more, all brought to you by Hammond Lumber Company. Coming up after this on The Score.
I came for a visit, and I just fell in love with it.
They just want to see you be you and just excel.
There's a lot of opportunities here.
It really gives me time to figure out what I want to do with my life.
It's a good stepping stone to get to where you want to be.
The tuition is definitely part of what brought me here.
Credits transfer, that's huge, especially for a community college when you're trying to figure out what you want.
CM's the best place. Honestly, it's the best place. You got to be here to experience it.
Randy Belanger purchased the Harry J. Smith Company over 7 years ago, knowing his customers expected the same quality service as they have always received for over 100 years. With 10 bays and 12 employees, we can have most of your repairs done the same day. Whether it's on your car, truck, or RV, we can handle it. Just call us and let us go to work for you. The Harry J. Smith Company, 13 Sanger Avenue in Waterville, keeping your vehicle on the road for over 100 years and doing it the right way.
201 Tire, Battery, and Service on the Goodyear credit card for all your auto needs with great benefits. 6-month financing when you buy $250 or more. Subject to credit approval, terms and conditions apply. Double savings on select Goodyear tires via mail-in rebate. Accepted at Exxon and Mobil locations nationwide. The Goodyear credit card, the complete solution. 201 Tire, Battery, and Service on the Augusta-Vassalboro line. Get yours. Apply now.
Oh, please start.
You wouldn't allow your car to bypass its maintenance, would you?
Hey, Jen, would you look this up on your computer?
Oh, wish I could. This office computer is so slow.
How about your computer maintenance? Trust the pros at Computer Improvements. They can come on site or stop by, handling general maintenance, antivirus protection, hardware upgrades. And Computer Improvements can set you up with solid-state hardware memory, giving your operating system wicked fast response time due to less moving parts. So your day isn't like this. Contact Computer Improvements to schedule your service today. Computer Improvements, downtown Skowhegan.
Dixon's Country Market on the Neck Road, Benton has it all. Sunoco gas and 24-hour diesel, plus a jam-packed store with what you need to grab and go. And so much succulent food. Huge sandwiches, delicious wraps, and hand-tossed fresh dough-loaded pizza. They have drinks, snacks, fresh meat and cheese in their deli counter, plus local Lively's products that won't cost you a lot of money. And remember those whoopie pies? Delightful, delicious Dixon's Country Market in Benton, supporting local high school sports.
When you're ready to tackle your next building project, no matter how big or small, depend on Hammond Lumber Company for the products and services you need. The knowledgeable staff at Hammond Lumber will be with you every step of the way and keep your project on schedule. From free estimating and project planning to design and drafting services, an extensive product inventory with a wide variety of brands to choose from, and of course, Hammond delivers from any of their locations across Maine and New Hampshire. Hammond Lumber Company, your building project partner.
At PJ Diggs, they know septic systems. Maybe your existing system is failing or it's a new house lot. You need new installation. Call PJ Diggs. They can bring their site evaluator to design the right septic system. Headed to camp? Ditch the outhouse for a newly installed system. How about a septic system for your campsite? Imagine your own private campground. Already have a septic design?
Well, welcome back to Reggie Clark Memorial Field in Skowhegan, where we apologize for the connection problem that we have had here for literally all of halftime. All of it is gone, and we are almost set to go in the second half. It is 33-2 in favor of the Lawrence Bulldogs. Halftime would have been brought to you by Hammond Lumber Company, serving 22 serving you, that is, from 22 locations from Maine and New Hampshire, your building project partner. Lawrence scored early, and when I say early, I mean really early. 16 seconds in, they have scored early. They scored often. They scored on a 62-yard touchdown run by Gage Martin on their first play from scrimmage, then on Skowhegan's first play from scrimmage, an interception that was picked off by Gavin Lunt on the next play, second play. Martin scores again, this time on a 24-yard touchdown run, and Lawrence is on their way. They led 20-2 at the end of one, 33-2 now at the half. The 2 points scored by Skowhegan, obviously, on a safety, on a bad snap from Senator Michael Hamlin. Deep in Lawrence territory, it went into the end zone, and he kicked it out of the end zone.
Yes, as we see some of these highlights here. Martin, interception. Martin again for those watching our stream. And again, apologies. Sometimes technology, as great as it is overly frustrating.
It can be, but we're back, better late than never.
Yeah, right.
While we've got time, and again, halftime's brought to you by Hammond Lumber Company. Scores from around the state. Bonnie Eagles leading Oxford Hills 14-0 at the half. It's Brunswick 8, Mount Ararat 6. Cape Elizabeth over Madomic Valley 14-6. How about this one from Augusta? Coney 35, Bangor 7.
Wow.
In the third quarter. How about that for a score? Here's one for you, too. EL and Messalonsky tied at 14 at halftime. It's Falmouth 13 and Mount Blue 6 in the third quarter. Foxcroft Academy over MCI 27-0. Freiburg over York 43-6. It's Gorham 13, Biddeford 0. John Baptist over Madison 20-0. Levitt over Lewiston 35-0 in the second quarter. MDI already a final over Spruce Mountain in 8-man football 50-14. Oceanside 38, Freeport 0. Old Orchard Beach over Maranacook in the second quarter 34-7. It's Telstar over Trape 24-0. Wells over Lisbon 27-0. It's Winthrop Monmouth Halldale over Poland 7-0 at halftime, and Wyndham over Scarborough 7-3 in the first quarter. So that's an update on all the partial scores here from the state of Maine tonight. And, of course, more football coming tomorrow. Winslow hosting Brewer. Game time is 1 o'clock. We'll have it here on the Score. Then Maine hockey after that at 5. We're set to go here into the third quarter. Lawrence will kick off to Skowhegan. Aaron Craig kicking off to Trevor Austin and Drake Tracy. Tracy on the near side, Austin on the far side. Tracy handles it at the 17, 20, 25 to the 30. And he is over the 30 to about the 32-yard line, and that's where Skowhegan will start here. That is in the second half, trailing by a score of 20. Trailing by a score of 33-2. It is 1st and 10. Let me take this really slowly. 1st and 10 for Skowhegan at their own 32-yard line.
Yeah, Mike's internet went down for a second, too, so you got to give him a second to reboot.
That is a good line for sure.
Yeah, Skowhegan, I thought they did a decent job staying ahead of the chains most of the time, but they're just not big play offense. The other thing that would help is receivers got to catch catchable balls.
Jason Obin, 1st and 10. Tight formation for Skowhegan from the shotgun. Little pitch out to Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald cannot get it outside and gets about a yard, perhaps too Colcurian up from the secondary to make the stop. And a gain of a yard.
Yeah, I'm surprised he had one nice rush, but Mulcahy, I thought, offered something a little bit different, maybe a little bit more speed. And so I'm curious to see if we see Mulcahy maybe get a couple more touches here in the second half.
No gain. So it is 2nd down and 10 from the 32. They have 2 to the left, 1 to the right. A fake, and Obin's got the football, and he fooled Lawrence. 45, 50, midfield. Obin down the sidelines. He may go. 10, 5. He is caught just shy of the goal line. Jason Obin almost went the distance.
I mean, like you said, we've seen Lawrence bite hard on that, but they've had good containment. You're going to see as we run the replay, you're going to get a nice a little bit of a block there from the tight end Fairley, and that springs open that sideline. And he goes from the 32. Where do they finally mark him?
Looks like the 4. Let's see, they're just spotting it now. And I'm going 4-yard line.
So give him what, 64?
1st and goal from the 4. I will let you do the numbers. They hand off Fitzgerald stacked up. So Jason Obin rips off a big one, and a great start to the second half for Skowhegan. Blanked in the first half as far as touchdowns. Trying to get 6 here. 2nd down and goal at the 4. 33-2 Lawrence. Wristbands are checked. Obin ready to call the play. 2nd and goal at the 4 from the shotgun with Fitzgerald behind him. The turn, the give to Fitzgerald. He pounds and he gets perhaps to the 2, maybe a little inside the 2. Stacked up by the left side of that Lawrence defense. So it'll be 3rd and goal.
I think the nose of the football sitting on that 2-yard line.
So 3rd and goal from the 2.
I think Fitzgerald tried twice here. Obin's got to touch it, right? I mean, he just got that big play. See if you can get him to bite on something hard inside.
3rd and goal at the 2, and he is going to keep it right side, and he will scoot in for the touchdown. Jason Obin from 2. And Skowhegan gets 6. It's 33-8.
Obin had 68 yards at half on 12 carries. That one was for 60. Oh, now I got to do the math again. 65.
You might ought to write it down.
Yeah, I don't write this individual. I just tally, but 65. But give him now, after that, obviously big run, 14 rushes, $135 and a TD.
So Obin a 2-yard run. Skowhegan looks as if they're going to go for 2. Play call is made. They will. Obin from the shotgun. Fitzgerald Standing to his right, 2 receivers to the right. It's going to be open again. He turns it inside, and he is stopped. Does not get the 2, so the 2-point run no good. 9:31 to go in the third quarter. Skowhegan is on the scoreboard with a touchdown. It is 33-8 Lawrence.
Well, it's like I said, I thought that Skowhegan had done a nice job on first downs. The problem is they just hadn't had big plays, so you got to be able to not make mistakes for long, sustained drives, and there you get the big play.
So a 68-yard drive, the final 2 by Jason Oben. Of course, he had a big gainer to set that up. The 2-point run no good. 9:31 remaining in the third quarter. 33-8 Lawrence.
Now the question becomes, can't trade points. Can you find a way to slow down that Lawrence rushing attack?
Got to stop him.
Yeah,
Got to get some stops.
At half, the Bulldogs had 18 rushes, 221 yards, 5 touchdowns.
In Oakland, 28-14 in favor of Mesalonsky. A long touchdown pass just completed by Tatum Doucette.
They turn it on in the second half. Huh?
So 1:04 left. It's still in the first half, actually.
Oh, excuse me. Late first half there.
Late first half with 1:04 left to go. 28-14, Mesalonsky. All right, Oben ready to kick off here. And it's an onside kick, and it's unsuccessful. It's recovered by Lawrence, and the Bulldogs, with great field position, they'll have it 1st and 10 at their own 45-yard line.
Nice job by the up man there. That took a bounce, got high, and he was able to just settle in the breadbasket and collapse right there on the 45.
So Lawrence 1st and 10 at the 45. Michael Hamlin under center. Going to roll out and run it. Hamlin with a blocker in front and a lot of open territory, and he veers out of bounds near the 35-yard line.
Now that one, I think that was a boot to give him the option to pass.
Yep, and a 30-yard pickup.
And then, yeah, like you said, there was nobody there. He got good blocks, sealed off that edge. They ended up putting him down at the 36, so, yeah, give him 29.
And he had a big plow horse in front of him named Cam Stewart. Clearing the way, they put him out at the 36. So 1st and 10 there.
Hamlin, 2 rushes, 52 yards.
26 yards per carry. Hamlin now from the shotgun. They load up the left side with 3. Now a man in motion. That's the jet sweep. And the turn, I believe that's Carter. And Carter to the 30. It is Colton Carter on the carry. Just short of the 30-yard line. Give him 6. It'll be 2nd and 4. 2nd down and 4.
Just the 5th carry for Carter on the day. Kind of quiet in that first half. Not really. I mean, he had 4 carries for 14 yards. Martin, though, and Wilson did a ton of damage, so you didn't need him.
Second down, almost 5 when you look at it. Lawrence leading 33-8. Hamlin from the gun. Little flip pass caught in the flat and room to run down the left sideline. Lucas Proctor, and Proctor is out of bounds, and he'll be spotted out at about the 12. Just a little drop pass that didn't travel more than 5 yards, and Proctor was off to the races after.
And nearly tiptoed down the sideline.
And he is out at the 8. So it is 1st and goal for Lawrence at the 8.
So give him 23. Just the second completed pass. Hamlin was 1 for 2 in the first. It didn't need to throw it.
Didn't need to. Rolls out, flips it, end zone, wide open, touchdown Lawrence.
And that was 87.
All right, so that was Brandon Watson.
So give Watson an 8-yard TD.
So Watson with an 8-yard touchdown catch. It comes exactly at the 4-minute mark. And Lawrence goes 55 yards for the touchdown. And the lead is 39-8. Here's the extra point by Leary, and it's good. The lead is 40-8 with 8 minutes left in the third quarter.
How about that response from the Bulldogs? That was a touchdown in a hurry.
They did not waste any time at all.
And like you said, wide open. And that, I think, is there for Lawrence whenever they want to, because obviously everyone sells out to stop their run. The thing is, Lawrence just runs the ball so well, they don't need to necessarily throw it.
Now the box was stacked, and Watson able to take advantage of it and be wide open in the end zone. So Brandon Watson, the senior tight end, with the catch after Lucas Proctor, the other tight end, a junior, set it up with a big play.
Call Proctor twinkle toes.
He almost did it.
Nearly walked the tightrope there to get in.
All right, back to return again, Austin and Tracy. Aaron Craig will kick off. Here's the kick. And back at the 14 is Austin to the 20, 25, over the 30, still going into the 34-yard line is Trevor Austin. 1st and 10 for Skowhegan, trailing 40-8.
Lawrence, obviously, they talked about in that big play. They committed hard to Fitzgerald, gave Aubin with a good block by Fairley, a lot of room on the sideline. One, I expect, obviously, Skowhegan to go back to that. Two, be curious to see on that boot if you could run like some play-action bootleg, if maybe you can get someone in that second level open, right in front of Oben to drop off.
All right, Oben out to the huddle. 1st and 10, Skowhegan. Wide to the right side, Miller Foss. Slot man is Fairley, the tight end, 2 to the left. Fitzgerald, the running back. Oben in the gun. 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Fitzgerald breaks through that first wave and manages to get near the 40-yard line. Good gain because there was a wave there first, but he ran right by it.
And it seems like as he's touched the ball a little bit more, he's breaking a few more tackles.
Gain of 5, 2nd and 5. Clock is running, 7.5 to go in the third. It's Lawrence 40, Skowhegan 8. Oben, again from the gun, 2 and 2. Going to run left behind a block by Fitzgerald, and he did give him a good block, too. Put his left shoulder right into an oncoming rusher, and it springs open for the first down. So Fitzgerald did his job. And Oben to the 46.
A 7 on that one. He's now up to 142 yards.
First and 10, Skowhegan from their own 46. Oben with 3 to the left as they loaded up there, but it's all to take attention away from Fitzgerald, and he's able to get 5 more over the 50-yard line into Lawrence real estate to the 49.
There's some nice push there by the the Skowhegan offensive line, because that they were able to win the line of scrimmage and actually get Fitzgerald going downhill before he got to contact.
2nd and 5. Seemingly getting 5 yards every crack here on this drive. 2nd down and 5 from the 49 of Lawrence. Oben, 3 to the left, 1 to the right. Steps back, now is going to run the ball and hit after a gain of a yard. Nothing there. Littlefield on the tackle. Gain of a yard. It'll be 3rd and 4. Brewer at Winslow tomorrow at 1. Maine hockey against UNH. Exhibition game at Colby. That's at 5 as Maine hockey makes its debut. Pregame at 4:30.
Do you think we'll get another entertaining game in Winslow again tomorrow?
Hey, that's all we've had there.
That's all we've had.
We're 2 for 2.
Yeah.
3rd and 4. Handoff Fitzgerald, bounces outside, has the first and more. He is down near the 30-yard line.
And there, shoes you're going to see on the replay here. I think a shoestring tackle stopped him from being in the secondary. And that's not going to be a fun time, I think, against Fitzgerald.
So Asher Fitzgerald with a first down carry. Mulcahy's going to come in for him now, number 5. For those of you watching our live stream, Skowhegan has a little something going on here. This drive that began at their own 34. 1st and 10, they have it. At the 40-yard line. Little shovel pass inside Mulcahy. A Lawrence defender had their arms around him before he even caught that little shovel pass. It was doomed from the start.
Yeah, that one I think you just you eat that one. That one you just put into the ground.
Yep. Because you are better off dropping that.
And instead, it's a 4-yard loss on the catch.
So 2nd and 14. Study hall going on now, and it's over. 2nd down and 14. Open from the gun. The handoff, a late handoff to Mulcahy, and he is hogtied and gets about a yard. So it'll be 3rd and short. Obviously, we are in a 2-down situation for Skowhegan. 3rd and short from the 43.
3rd and long.
Oh, I'm looking at the wrong thing. It's 3rd and long. You're right, 3rd and
yeah.
12. I was thinking that was the first down marker that I see near the 40-yard line. It's not. That's the first part of the first down.
Skowhegan would love if that was the line of the game.
It's a good thing I'm not officiating this game. There's a reason for that.
I'll call Winslow. You're not allowed to work chain gang
3rd
tomorrow.
and 12. Yes, please keep me off the chain gang. In motion is Austin. Oben's going to throw it. Down the middle. It is caught. The catch is made at the 27-yard line. That's Fairley, the tight end, a first down.
How about that?
Zipped in there by Jason Oben.
There was a ton of traffic there.
Yes. He zipped it right in there. So Akayo Fairley with his first catch of the game. And it's 1st and 10, Skowhegan at the 27.
Give him 16 on that. And much needed 16. You're watching the stream. There are a lot of Bulldogs defenders in the area.
I thought for sure it was either going to get tipped or picked. Handoff, and Mulcahy can't break through the surge.
Mulcahy getting stuffed. Would like to see Mulcahy with a little bit more shifting to see if they can run something outside for him.
Fitzgerald will come in, take his spot. 2nd and 10.
Mulcahy having a rough go of it. 4 touches tonight, 3 total yards.
2nd and 10, 2.5 to go in the 3rd. It's 40-8 Lawrence. Line of scrimmage, the 27. Man goes in motion. Ooh, boy, that was very, very close to hitting the man in motion, Miller Foss. It tipped him. Oben caught it, and then he also caught an onslaught of Lawrence rushers.
Yeah, unfortunately, that ends up being a loss of about 4.
Because that is a play where Foss is supposed to get by the snap, not get the snap.
And so, just like that shovel pass to Skowhegan, I think you're just lucky to avert the ultimate disaster of a turnover.
With 1:40 and a running clock left in the 3rd, it is 3rd and 14. 3rd and 14 from the 30. Open to throw it. In the flat, it's almost a pick six. Cole Curian out there. If he hangs on to that, he's gone. Telegraphed all the way.
Now look at Curian plant his feet. He was watching Oben the entire way, and like you said, he lands there. He is off to the races.
So disaster averted there on the dropped pick six. And it's 4th and 14. As we wait for the play to get signaled in, there it is. And it is 4th and 14. Got to get down to about the 17-yard line for the first down. 4th and 14. Back to throw, Oben. Looking, fires, it's tipped. It is caught on an interception or not? It is in the hands of a Lawrence defender, and it is a pick. The ball was tipped and caught. Of course, Lawrence would have been better off to not catch it. But the Bulldogs will take over as the ball is tipped and intercepted. I have no idea who picked that pass off.
I want to say it's Roy.
Okay, Preston Roy. So it is 1st and 10 for Lawrence at their own 19.
That one just unfortunate. A nice tip there by if it was Roy. He tipped that straight up in the air and stuck with it.
So 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs. They run it right and breaking it out. Near a 10-yard pickup is the Lawrence ball carrier sweeping it right.
No idea.
What I do know is it's a first down. So give him 10 and a first down. Do you remember a number of years ago when Chris Sale was with the White Sox and they wore some alternative jerseys one day and he didn't like them?
Yes.
And he cut them up in the clubhouse?
Yes.
I'd like to see that happen with Lawrence.
Yes.
All right, a little gadget play here, and Lawrence able to break it back at least to the line of scrimmage. It was really slowed up and really developed slowly.
That was Martin.
Was it Martin?
Yeah,
Okay.
Martin did a good job there getting, I think, something out of that because he should have been down for a few-yard loss instead.
You got maybe a yard?
Yeah, like a yard.
Yeah, maybe they're going 2 now.
Yeah,
we'll go 2.
We'll go 2.
So Gage Martin gets 2. 31 seconds left in the third quarter. Clock is stopped. He went out of bounds. 2nd down and 8. Hamlin rolling left. Has time. Now is going to run the football. Goes to the outside. Hamlin up to the 40, and he rolls out of bounds. That's a first down run by Michael Hamlin. He is out of bounds at the 44. So Hamlin out of bounds after a first down carry. They'll move the sticks. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. 22 seconds left in the third quarter. So Lawrence trying to cash in on the interception by Preston Roy. 1st and 10 here for the Bulldogs. From the 44, leading 40-8. Very tight formation. Man in motion, they go full back. This might be Maddox Santone.
I believe that was.
But don't hold me to that. I would not testify under oath that it's Maddox Santone. He got 3.
I think it was Santone.
It is. Confirmation from the PA announcer. So a gain of 3. We'll call it 2nd and 7. That's the third quarter. Lawrence and the Catbird seat score at the end of 3. Bulldogs 40, Skowhegan Riverhawks 8. Back with the fourth quarter. You are watching and listening to high school football on the place for local sports. Sports Radio 1160, WSKW, The Score.
Whittemore & Sons, your Coyote tractor dealer. Dependable sales and service for over 50 years. We are located on the Waterville Road in Skowhegan. Sales and service by a family who cares.
Nothing brings people together like good food. So when you're cooking for the ones you love, why trust anyone but Joseph's Market? Joseph's Market is famous for their fine meats. Plus, no one makes sausage like Joseph's. They have 32 rotating flavors like Mexican chorizo, teriyaki pineapple, or spinach and feta. So there's something for everyone. You know, an apron is just a cape worn backwards. So be a superhero at your next cookout with fresh meat and sausage from Joseph's Market on Front Street in Waterville. Find them at josephsmarketmaine.com and like them on Facebook.
Mike Violet, AJ Knights back here live along with our videographer tonight, Sean Packard. We go to the fourth quarter. It is 40-8. Lawrence over Skowhegan. And the Bulldogs with the football here, 2nd down. And we will call it 6. 2nd down and 6 at the 47. Hamlin, a pitch out to the right. That looks like Carter. Carter weaves through traffic, breaks a tackle, still going, and he's down to the 31-yard line, maybe a little bit more. That is a first down.
That was Carter. Good call, Mike.
Thanks. Once in a while, even a blind dog finds a bone.
Carter, kind of a quiet night. We highlighted him, obviously, pregame the 2 games we've done, over 260 yards, like 5 scores. tonight, 7 for 44. He's been mortal tonight. But again, with the way Martin was running early and then some of the stuff Wilson's done, hasn't really mattered.
1st and 10, Lawrence from the 40 of Skowhegan. Lunt goes in motion. The turn, the give. And it just occurred to me, and maybe I'm wrong, it wouldn't be the first time. Have we not had a flag or just one flag in this game?
Yeah, it was the kickoff.
That was it.
That was it.
We have not had a penalty thrown since then.
No.
A flag thrown since then. Of course, now we're going to be littered with laundry.
Yeah, and that one was on. It was not the opening kickoff because it was Skowhegan. So
right.
Skowhegan, or for refreshing for those joining late, Lawrence got the opening kickoff, one play touchdown. The next one, the kickoff flag, and that's it.
That's been it.
Yeah,
Second
10
down
yards.
and 12, a loss of 2 there. The turn, the handoff. This is Wilson. Wilson bounces to the outside and gets upended at about the 38-yard line.
And the big tackle there, that's Fitzgerald on that one because, again, he doesn't get Wilson there. Wilson's on the sideline, and then you're just hoping to catch an angle to make sure he doesn't go the rest of the way.
So he got about 4, so it's 3rd and 8. 3rd and 8 from the 38, 40-8. Lawrence in the lead. They led 20-2 at the end of the first quarter, led 7-0 after 16 seconds. Whoops, a fumble. And on the loose ball, I believe, is Michael Hamlin. He fumbled the snap or it never got to him. So it'll be 4th down. A rare mistake tonight by Lawrence.
Now, Santone actually fell on that.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Heads-up play there by Santone.
So Maddox Santone on the fumble, and it is 4th down.
By my count, Mike, that was only the third down for Lawrence.
Yeah, that's kind of like the Coney game for them.
Yeah, they were 2 of 3 that night.
So 4th and 8. They are backed up to the 38-yard line. Hamlin, double handoff. Down to the outside, and a big gainer there for Lawrence down the sideline. And the Bulldogs got the first down and a ton more on a double handoff. I have no idea who the ball carrier was.
I believe that was Roy.
Okay.
Yep,
Preston
that was Roy.
Great eyes. So Preston Roy getting his first give of the night, I believe. And Roy on that double handoff rips off a big gainer and a first down.
It is Roy's first handoff, by the way, or first touch. Where did they?
16. 16. So it's 1st and 10.
27.
Okay. I'll go with that.
27-yard gain. Sorry for clarification.
Okay. All right. Thanks.
That's what I was saying.
You say it, and I'll apparently believe anything you say tonight. So that is a gain of 3 by Maddox Santone.
Yeah, just for clarification, because I confused Mike's. There was gain of 27 for Roy on 4th and 8 is what I was saying.
2nd down and 7.
And again, that was his first carry of the night.
8.5 minutes left in the fourth quarter. The issue has not been in doubt, really, since this game started. 2nd down and 7. Hamlin taking all the time that he can. Going to roll out. Going to run the football. Bounces to the outside. He is to the 10. Hamlin is to the 5. Michael Hamlin is down at about the 4-yard line.
Yeah, Hamlin, I think, has rolled out there a couple times. He tucked that one away pretty quick, so that one might have been a design. But, man, he's rolled out there a couple times. I think he's been ready to fire it off, but there's just been a ton of space there.
Yeah. They've given it to him. He's taken it.
Back of the football, they mark it down here. Looking at Sean's shot at the 5.
Okay, so 1st and goal at the 5. Hamlin under center. Going to roll to the left. Flips it into the end zone, and he flipped it behind the intended receiver. He had Santone open. He had Cam Stewart out in front blocking, and he could have really cartwheeled into the end zone if he wanted to.
Yeah, Santone running straight for that pylon, and Hamlin threw it behind him. Santone could have stopped. He had plenty of space there.
So it's an incomplete pass. 2nd and goal at the 5.
It was only Hamlin's 5th pass attempt.
2nd and goal at the 5. Full house backfield. Handoff and breaking in and scoring The Lawrence running back, it's 46-8.
That was Wilson.
So Wilson on a 5-yard touchdown run. And it's 46-8.
And that one, nice job there. Skowhegan actually had a chance to get him in the backfield, and Wilson stepped through it.
Leary out of the hold of Hamlin. Certainly plenty long enough. Up, and it is good. 8:01 to go in this one. It's 47-8 Lawrence.
As we'll show you the replay as they go to set the kickoff up. Wilson there, I think that was Fitzgerald, had a chance in the backfield, went through his hands, and then easily goes in for the 5-yard score.
So it comes at the 3:59 mark of the fourth quarter. And it's 47-8. And the clock will now move to running time.
This Lawrence team starting to find his stride, Mike, after only scoring 6 against Bangor to open the season. I think, what did I say? I think they've scored at least 27 in every game, and I believe the totals have basically gone up each game.
They have. Let's do a game reset here, brought to you by Midstate Machine. If you're looking for a career, check out the Machinist Development Program at midstateusa.com. 8:01 to go in the fourth quarter. It was 20-2 at the end of one, 33-2 at halftime. It is now 47-8. Our game reset brought to you by Midstate Machine. The kickoff is going to be returned by Robert Venetestein. He's to the 25 over the 30. And Venetestein drags a couple of tacklers. Not a bad return at all by Venetestein to the 38-yard line.
That's a nice job there. He kind of got stopped on his own blocker there, but he's able to step through a tackle and pick up about 10 more yards. Oh, Mike, just to make you a liar, the refs moved it up to the 39.
Okay, that's fine. I've said bad things about them in the past.
That's fair. Though, as long as I've worked with you, I don't think I've heard you say really anything at all.
Yeah, well, it's good that you don't know of my turbulent past.
Yeah.
1st and 10 from the 39. Clock running, 7:10 to go in this one. Oben hands it off to Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald drags a bunch of would-be Lawrence tacklers about 9.5 yards.
He fell down right near there. See where they officially mark him. Yep, good call. 9.5. He's looked good as the game's gone on. Between him and Oben, they've got 33 carries for 202 yards.
They've put some yardage on the board running the ball.
Really, Oben, I think, he's got 2 interceptions and a fumble loss. His receivers in a couple of big spots did not hold up their end of the bargain.
2nd and 1. The turn, the handoff, new ball carrier in the game for Skowhegan. That is 21, Darren Gilman. Gilman, a junior, didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He lost yardage.
Yeah. Lawrence has been pretty aggressive on those handoffs. That big play that Oben had, Lawrence obviously super aggressive in that, and that's what sprung it open for Oben on his big 65-yard run.
So it is 3rd down and
a long 2, right?
About 2.
Yeah.
3rd and 2.
I was looking at the scoreboard, I was like, I don't see 4 out there.
Yeah, don't believe, as we have found this year, don't believe what you see on the scoreboard. 3rd and 2, the turn, Mulcahy. Mulcahy is over midfield, and he is into Lawrence territory at the 48-yard line, and that is a 1st down.
And Mulcahy needed 2, and like you said, 47, so 5 yards.
1st and 10, Skowhegan at the 48 of Lawrence.
Like I said, though, I would like to see if they could do something with Mulcahy. Jeez, I'm Pete. Mulcahy in space. I like MASH. Father Mulcahy. This shouldn't be hard to say.
That must be where that's coming from. Boy, that's way before your time. Here's the turn, and the keeper here by Oben as he ran into the ball faker, Gilman, and Oben turns that into a nice run.
Now you see here, they were running that the read option, and maybe a little bit of inexperience. Open basically pulled it out of his hands. He's like, no, I got space I can run down.
So Oben with a first down carry to the 30-yard line, 1st and 10.
Give him another 18. 157 yards on the ground tonight for Oben.
So Gilman getting some time in at running back, wearing number 21, those of you watching our live stream. And Gilman got the handoff, and he was met very rudely by a Lawrence tackler.
Gilman not having a great time. He's carried the ball both times, and as soon as he's touched the ball both times, a Lawrence defender has immediately greeted him.
All right, so a loss of, we'll call it 2, 2nd down and 12. We are under 4 minutes left, 3:50 to go in the fourth quarter. 2nd and 12. Oben, 3 turnovers tonight, and that's hurt. Back to throw. The sophomore quarterback looks, loads over the middle, and it's incomplete. Receiver sliding down there. That was...
Looking for Austin, I think they said that one.
Yeah, it was Austin. Okay.
He's running that post route, but he threw it behind him.
Incomplete pass intended for Trevor Austin. So it will be 3rd and about 12. 3rd and 12. 3 minutes left.
Are those your 50-50 numbers?
Yes, they were.
I knew it.
I'm a winner.
He's kidding. He's kidding.
3rd down and 12. Oben hands it off, and here's a good run for Gilman. Gilman breaks into the secondary, still going. He's going to take it all the way. Touchdown, Darren Gilman. 31 yards.
Gilman, I think, happy to just finally get a touch where he doesn't immediately run into a Lawrence defender.
Right, and he got a lot more. 31 for a score. And it's 47-14.
Maybe, again, I think Skowhegan's got a few power backs. Gilman, a little bit more of a jitterbug there, as, you know, with this game comfortably in Lawrence's control, a chance to, give some other players a look.
So Gilman goes 61, and they'll go for 2. Gilman still the running back. Right to the right of Oben. Man going in motion. That's Austin. The throw is right into the ground at the goal line. So the 2-point pass, no good. 2:38 to go in this one. It is now 47-14, Lawrence.
Yeah, that one looked like it got stuck on his hand because it kind of just came out and went straight to the ground. But how about this cutback? We show you the last touchdown there by Gilman. Great cutback there to get back to the far sideline with nobody there for Lawrence.
Tomorrow we have Brewer at Winslow, football in the afternoon at 1, and then Maine hockey, radio only tomorrow night at 5 o'clock, 4:30 pregame show. They'll drop the puck at 5, Maine and UNH from Jack Kelly Rink at Colby College.
A beautiful facility.
And in the paper this morning, previewing that game, they researched how many bodies you can fit in there, at least as far as seats, 1,967.
I expect all 1,967 of those seats to be
I hope so. That would be awesome.
It's the border war.
It is.
We don't like New Hampshire.
Yep, and I had John Shields, the voice of Maine hockey, on opening drive this morning. If you want to catch that interview, we previewed the game and the season for the Black Bears. You can find it on our Twitter feed at 1160 The Score on Twitter, also on the Score's Facebook page as well. John, always great to talk to.
It's a good reminder to always to check the social medias because the links go up for our games. Of course, you can just go straight to centralmainsports.com for the vault. But, follow the social media. You're going to see the interviews Mike does for a show and some other stuff up there as well.
Yep, highlights of games, centralmainsports.com, of course. Complete games, every game we do there. And Squibber, and it's taken by an up man for Lawrence at the 30-yard line, centralmainsports.com. Every game we do ends up in the vaults, and it's always available to you to watch, absolutely free 24/7. Again, centralmainsports.com, click on the vault.
That was Carter that just kind of fell on that.
Fell on it at the 30.
Apparently, October 6th is a good day for birthdays. It's like the third rendition of Happy Birthday we've heard tonight.
1st and 10.
That's not Hamlin, right?
I don't think so.
I think it's 2.
New quarterback in. Colby Neto. It's either Neto. Can't really see.
I think that was Wilson on the carry.
Okay.
Give him 1. But
Just barely.
I do believe it is 2 at QB.
Okay, so we'll go with Colby Neto, the senior. Yeah. 2 minutes left. And Lawrence just running out the clock here. En route to their 4th win of the year. They'll go to 4-2. Neto watching the back judge and waiting for the 10-second signal. There it is. On 2nd down, sweep right. Lawrence being very careful with the ball.
That's Burnham.
All right, our friend the speedster, Jaden Burnham. And Burnham able to get about 4, 3rd and 6. 3rd down and 6.
I thought when we were at Lawrence and asked them specifically about these uniforms, I believe something along the lines, and I'm paraphrasing, shot into the sun was what we were told.
Yeah, that's what I heard too. Apparently wrong information. 3rd and 6. Neto milking the clock, now down to 52. There's the 10-second signal. Sweep left. And a gain of about 5. And it'll be 4th down and about a yard with 33 seconds left.
21, Leary.
All right, we'll run with it. Although the 21 I have is Jeremiah McKenzie. 24 is Riley Leary.
24, though.
Okay, so it's Riley Leary. So 18 seconds left. Do they have to run a play? Maybe they don't. Clock now at 10. And they do not. And that will run the clock out. And Lawrence comes up to Skowhegan and ruins homecoming and takes care of business. A workmanlike performance by the Lawrence Bulldogs. They roll to win number 4. Final score in this one, the Lawrence Bulldogs 47 and the Skowhegan Riverhawks 14. Our post-game show, all the final numbers and more, coming up after this on Sports Radio 1160 WSKW, The Score.
For us, it's a family business that is steeped in tradition. You know, our relationship with Waterville goes back a long ways. Over the years, we've been fortunate enough to grow, and we've been able to grow with the town. We look at the work that we do as something bigger than just the sale of a car or the servicing of an automobile. We're here to be a part of something bigger than just ourselves by giving back to the community with our time and our energy, because it's all about taking care of people.
Notice the price of gas and oil lately? Thinking about a pellet stove? Pellets are a renewable resource that are economical, and pellet stoves don't have to be ugly or loud. Come talk to us at Somerset Stone & Stove. Let us explain why now is the best time to have your pellet stove installed. Wouldn't you love to have a gas stove or fireplace designed for your home? Let Somerset Stone & Stove design and install a Regency gas stove or fireplace that is just right for you. Let us customize your Regency gas stove or fireplace while you enjoy the beauty and warmth. Visit Somerset Stone & Stove in Oakland.
Over 30 years ago, Paul and Jonna Bowen set out on a mission to help aging Mainers stay in their own homes. Assistance Plus grew from their passion, dedication, and integrity, where clients come first. Today, Assistance Plus serves not only the elderly, but clients with developmental and behavioral health challenges. Assistance Plus, here for you today and through all points of your life.
Looking to begin or further your career in manufacturing and don't know where to start? Midstate Machine is in need of CNC machinists at our Winslow facility, where we manufacture components for some of the most exciting industries: aerospace, defense, power generation. I'm Jeremy Stanford, Manufacturing Manager, and I personally want to invite you to come learn about the great pay and benefits Midstate Machine has to offer. To apply, visit midstateusa.com. That's midstateusa.com, an equal opportunity employer. Come grow with us.
I came for a visit and I just fell in love with it.
They just want to see you be you and just excel.
There's a lot of opportunities here.
It really gives me time to figure out what I want to do with my life.
It's a good stepping stone to get to where you want to be.
The tuition is definitely part of what brought me here.
Credits transfer, that's huge, especially for a community college when you're trying to figure out what you want.
CM's the best place. Honestly, it's the best place. You got to be here to experience it.
Randy Belanger purchased the Harry J. Smith Company over 7 years ago, knowing his customers expected the same quality service as they have always received for over 100 years. With 10 bays and 12 employees, we can have most of your repairs done the same day. Whether it's on your car, truck, or RV, we can handle it. Just call us and let us go to work for you. The Harry J. Smith Company, 13 Sanger Avenue in Waterville, keeping your vehicle on the road for over 100 years and doing it the right way.
201 Tire, Battery, and Service on the Goodyear credit card for all your auto needs with great benefits. 6-month financing when you buy $250 or more. Subject to credit approval, terms and conditions apply. Double savings on select Goodyear tires via mail-in rebate. Accepted at Exxon and Mobil locations nationwide. The Goodyear credit card, the complete solution. 201 Tire, Battery, and Service on the Augusta-Vassalboro line. Get yours. Apply now.
Oh, please start.
You wouldn't allow your car to bypass its maintenance, would you?
Hey, Jen, would you look this up on your computer?
Oh, wish I could. This office computer is so slow.
How about your computer maintenance? Trust the pros at Computer Improvements. They can come on site or stop by, handling general maintenance, antivirus protection, hardware upgrades, and Computer Improvements can set you up with solid-state hardware memory, giving your operating system wicked fast response time due to less moving parts, so your day isn't like this. Contact Computer Improvements to schedule your service today. Computer Improvements, downtown Skowhegan.
Dixon's Country Market on the Neck Road, Benton has it all. Sunoco gas and 24-hour diesel, plus a jam-packed store with what you need to grab and go. And so much succulent food. Huge sandwiches, delicious wraps, and hand-tossed fresh dough-loaded pizza. They have drinks, snacks, fresh meat and cheese in their deli counter, plus local Lively's products that won't cost you a lot of money. And remember those whoopie pies? Delightful, delicious Dixon's Country Market in Benton, supporting local high school sports.
Mike Violet, AJ Knight. Our videographer is Sean Packard. We are back here at Reggie Clark Memorial Field in Skowhegan, where Lawrence has rolled tonight 47-14. Our post-game show brought to you by Central Maine Motors Auto Group in Waterville, the dealer with no dock fees, where cars and trucks always cost you less, online at cmautogroup.com. This one got out of hand very, very early. How early? How about 16 seconds in after Lawrence took the opening kickoff and returned it to the 38-yard line. One play, 62 yards. Gage Martin, that set the tone. Bulldogs were up 7-0. Martin with a 24-yard run. 2 plays later, after a Lawrence interception on the first play from scrimmage by Skowhegan, the second play after that, Martin went 24 for the score, 13-0 at that point. Then a bad snap by the Lawrence Bulldogs deep in their own territory resulted in a safety. Ball went into the end zone on the bad snap. Kicked out of the end zone by quarterback Michael Hamlin, 13-2, and that's as close as it was for a while. 20-2 at the end of the first quarter, 33-2 at the end of the first half, 40-8 at the end of 3 in the final, 47-14. AJ's got the numbers.
Open on the night, 6 for 15, 21 yards passing, 2 interceptions, 18 rushes, 159 yards with a touchdown, but also a fumble lost. Fitzgerald, 16 rushes, 63 total yards. It was really those two, basically, the offense. 5 for 12 on third down for Skowhegan. On the other side for Lawrence, Hamlin, 3 for 5, 74 yards, touchdown. Again, didn't have to throw the ball. He had 4 rushes for another 72 yards and a touchdown. And then Martin finished with 8 rushes, 94 yards, 2 scores. Wilson had 8 rushes, 77 yards, and 2 scores. Plus he added that, 33-yard catch. The team, Lawrence tonight, underachieving. Coach going to have him running laps. 35 rushes, 347 yards, and 6 touchdowns. 2 for 4 on third down, and that last fourth down attempt was that one that ended the game.
Yep, and Skowhegan, again, when you're in the position Skowhegan is, you have to take care of the football. They didn't tonight, 3 turnovers, and that obviously hurts. Lawrence did out-physical them here tonight, and Lawrence also has very skilled running backs, Carter, Wilson, the speed of Burnham, although he wasn't much of a factor. Martin, we saw him dominate the game on the first 2 carries of the night, and that put it away. Bulldogs now 4-2, really looking like a quality football team down the stretch.
Yeah, I think we're noting Bangor's a good team. It was the season opener, 21-6 is a close game, and then Levitt. Like you said tonight, for those who missed it, was it 3 touchdowns in 4.5 seconds or something like that? A lot of teams are going to lose uncomfortably to Levitt. They're the best team in the state. Lawrence is looking primed, and when is the Meso? Is that the next one? They get Meso next?
Yes.
That's a big one.
Yep, it sure is. 35-14. Speaking of Messalonsky, they lead Edward Little there with 3:51 left in the third. So what was a game for a while isn't any longer, and we had a laugher as it turned out here as Skowhegan falls to 1-5 and Lawrence goes to 4-2. So tomorrow back at it in what we're hearing is going to be an interesting weather day in Winslow. We'll be there with a score house overhead for a Brewer-Winslow matchup at 1 o'clock from Poulin Field. Yes. I just had a brain cramp there. Jerry Poulin Memorial Field in Winslow. And then it's Maine hockey radio only tomorrow afternoon at 5. Puck drop at 5, 4:30 pregame show. Black Bears and UNH in a preseason game that is to benefit the Alphon Youth Center in Waterville. You can still get tickets, I hear. GoBlackBears.com is where you can go for that. So for Sean Packard, our videographer, and AJ Knight, I'm Mike Violet saying goodnight from Reggie Clark Memorial Field in Skowhegan. The final here tonight, an easy one for Lawrence. Lawrence Bulldogs 47 and the Skowhegan Riverhawks 14.
This high school sports presentation on the place for local sports, The Score, has been brought to you by Central Maine Community College, Central Maine Motors, Hammond Lumber Company, Midstate Machine, Whittemore & Sons, Somerset Stone and Stove, 201 Tire Battery and Service, BJ Diggs, Renewal by Anderson, Assistance Plus, Joseph's Market, the Harry J. Smith Company, Computer Improvements, Casella Waste, and by Dixon's Country Market. For all your local sports action, keep it right here on the place for local sports, The Score.